Here's Chandler Catton, sea of red. We're underway in Kansas City. This is taken near the 13. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Smith will turn and give this to his fullback, Sherman. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Second down, here's Smith. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. Going underneath for Charles. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line.
It's a nice job hitting him on the angle route there. Coming out the backfield, cutting sharply across the middle. And that's good timing between the quarterback and his receiver.
Effective 3rd down play to move the chains. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. It's the first carry here for Jamal Charles. And he'll be brought down at about the 40. It'll be 2nd and 8.
In today's NFL, you hear all the time about stretching the field and creating space in order to run plays. A toss play will help accomplish that because now you're pushing a defense to chase you all the way to the edges and to the sideline. That's a nice run, probing now early to try and get things done later.
Here's Smith now on 2nd down. And that is incomplete. The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Here's Smith. And this is going to be incomplete. Spencer Ware, the intended target. And now it's 4th down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good, and the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead. So the folks here in the stands this afternoon, they're happy about that one. Their guys get the early advantage after the opening drive field goal.
And they should be happy. Their guys look good getting down the field, and that's got to give them hope that good things are in store here today.
The pickup on the pitch and catch. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is now with his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quickly.
Third down and 3. Palmer now to throw on third down. And he's got Fitzgerald. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Well, there's the first time in this game that Carson Palmer finds Larry Fitzgerald. Likely won't be the last, but how about the way these two have helped each other's careers?
Yeah, they really have. It's hard to believe with Fitzgerald, well, really both of these guys, how long they've been in the league now, but Fitzgerald, gosh, third overall pickup in 04.
Yeah, how about that? Remember, Carson Palmer, a former Heisman Trophy winner, he's finally found a real home in Arizona. Partner, I know we're supposed to be impartial and not root, but be honest. Weren't you excited for the opportunity for David Johnson of Arizona to have 100 yards from scrimmage in each and every game this year?
Yeah, NFL record 15 straight games at the century mark. Disappointingly, though, couldn't get that clean sweep, just 44 yards in the Cardinals' finale after he was forced to exit with a knee injury.
But how about the way he broke out
into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Derek Johnson, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
And now here comes Kansas City. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's our field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And a double coverage, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. 30-yard line. There's a reason that quarterbacks hate to see Patrick Peterson on the other end, isn't there?
That's because they feel like they should be throwing the football or handing it to him. He looks like an offensive player, but he plays the corner as well as anyone in the league.
After the interception, here's Palmer. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. Second down following the incompletion. And Palmer gives to Johnson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
Now it's Palmer. He's got the hook up to John Brown to the right side. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Now stopped him in his tracks. It's a 40-yard punt, but they lose yardage on the return. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. Here comes the Cardinals defense. They head out and get set here. They got a little steam following the interception the last time they were out there, Charles.
And they want to keep that going now because once you get one, you want it to multiply and turn into a bunch more. And right now, they're putting up their version of a no-fly zone.
No-fly zone. I like that. From deep in their own territory, they lose the yard.
overused, but there's one that's really welcome on a player's resume, and that's the word breakout. And I thought Travis Kelce was one of the breakout stars of 2016 in the NFL. What a season he had with Kansas City.
Over 1,100 yards. Now, to put that into perspective with everybody else that was catching the football for them, the next closest had 593 for the Chiefs. So, breakout year indeed.
And for me, it's how he did it, because he did it in a variety of ways. But he's an inline tight end.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin as the Chiefs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They come out here in the eye. On 1st down, it's Charles again. And this time they're able to bottle him up as they'll stop him at the line of scrimmage. It's the Pro Bowler Chandler Jones who makes the tackle.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a 1st down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
1 receiver left, 2 to the right. Play clock winding down. Here's Foles. A dump off for Charles. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
They'll let the fullback try and pick it up. This is Anthony Sherman. And he's going to get the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 22.
3rd and 1, who are you going to call? Not the scat back. You go with the big man, hand him the ball, and let him get upfield and pick up a 1st down.
They'll keep it on the ground, this time to Charles. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. On 2nd down, Jamal Charles. And he stopped immediately there. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Brandon, there's no doubt the defense has to be excited after stacking up back-to-back running plays. But I still remember my old coaches saying, after you've had some success, you better be careful. They might have an answer for you. So make sure you watch your keys, play your techniques, and don't get overconfident.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. And the play clock's running down. Now Foles. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. 1 receiver left, 2 to the right.
Hey, who ready? Who ready?
Foles. And it is incomplete.
Holding offense.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right
Blue 58.
side.
Blue 58, regular. 56, Mike, 56. Zero. Mirror.
Throwing now, Palmer on 1st down. And Gresham has it left side. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Now Palmer to throw on second down. Screen play, Johnson. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Arrowhead after this. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Larry Ridley. Larry will have highlights and analysis of this first half. I'm guessing mostly defensive highlights that we will see.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. No touchdown scored yet so far.
And none whatsoever. So we got 3 of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him 6 on the play, and it's a second down. And quickly, they get to the line.
Let's go.
On second down, Johnson. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue. Palmer caught on the left side. Fitzgerald. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Just 2 yards to go here on second down for the offense. And on the outside, they're playing press cover. On second down, here's Palmer. Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. They're going to hurry back to the line now. They go back to the ground with Johnson. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And the 8th play on this drive coming up. They come out here in the eye. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. David Johnson, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Cardinals have taken the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Already looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now here comes Kansas City. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
To the right side, it's Kelsey. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Here's Foles. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is caught. A big play there just before halftime. 59 yards. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after. And Larry apparently very brief in his report. Thanks anyway, my man, as we're already set for action. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. We put our attention now on the Chiefs' defense. They are down on the scoreboard as we begin the second half and looking to avoid a bigger deficit.
And I could just hear the coaches now. I can hear the head coach. Guys, first 5 minutes. First series of the second half. Offense or defense, you've got to set the tone.
They'll try to set that tone here. And he slides to avoid the hit. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll make it second down. And now they're in the hurry-up.
Let's go. Regular. Mirror. Get ready. Regular.
On second down, Palmer going for the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 35. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. And I guess, Charles, sometimes when you have a receiver well over 6 foot, you do that. Just put it up there, let him grab it, and he did.
And it certainly appears like a 50-50 ball, right? We always talk about that one. Both sides have a chance to get it, the receiver or the guy covering him. But I think the odds actually are in favor of the offense. They can see the ball coming oftentimes before the defender can get his head around. So I think that really goes to like 70-30, and they should be able to go up and get it most of the time.
And he got it there. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Now it's Palmer. Fitzgerald bringing it in over the middle. 7 yards on the play. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has a slide and 5 open space to throw.
Sally 19! Regular!
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. This time, Palmer will throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
On the toss, here's Johnson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves him needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
When we play really good run defense, when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the big people, because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers, because usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys are putting the inside.
And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Darren Fells, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Cardinals will extend their lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. Tyreek Hill on the return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Little lull in the action here to go over an offseason storyline. It's kind of interesting. LA a couple years ago, they have no teams, and now they're going to have 2 with the move from San Diego to LA. What does that mean for the league and for the Chargers?
It seems like an easier transition, doesn't it, than St. Louis when they moved back to Los Angeles.
Less culture shock.
Less culture shock, less, obviously geography, the whole deal. But it's a transition still is not going to be easy. Remember, they're going to go play in a soccer stadium, essentially, for at least the first couple of years before they share a stadium with the Rams. So that changes things. Obviously, trying to create an identity in the market they haven't been in a long time. They began as the Los Angeles Chargers, but only played 1 season as such.
Foles. Now a hit, and Foles loses the football. It's out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, the teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well. And every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
3rd and 20, and no surprise, the defense in the dime. Now it's the Princeton man. This is Spencer Ware. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
But once again, a good example of situational football. That was 3rd and very long, so you know they were guarding against the pass. And when they decided to run the ball, that was okay. Whatever yardage they picked up, as long as they didn't get to the 1st down marker, the defense was willing to concede, and they stopped them well short of a 1st down.
He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. On the return is Peterson. Oh, he shifts past him. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Cards are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They've got to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out. You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
They come out here in the eye. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the 2nd half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock.
David Johnson on his way. And all the way down to the 7-yard line. A big run there by Johnson. 65 yards on the ground. So you got the lead here in the second half. Obviously, you love big runs like that at any time. Here, you really like them.
And how about the confidence that's being exhibited by that offense now? They don't care what you're lining up doing on the defensive side. They want the big fella to carry the football and carry it often.
Another part of this Cardinal rotation. This is Chris Johnson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Chris Johnson taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead. And it's 21-3. Zero after the touchdown to kick it away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. Shreds the tackle. Nice. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. A lone second remains now in this third quarter. First down, it's Smith. Incomplete. We're back now in KC. It's the Chiefs with a football, but with work to do on the scoreboard. They trail as we start quarter number 4. And on 2nd and 10 now.
Watch left. Stop right there.
They come up in an offset eye. To throw is Smith. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. The play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that. And having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
And they'll dump it over the top to him. On first down, Smith. He's going to look deep down the field. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Smith on second down. He's got time in the pocket. It's Hill, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And they're going to speed things up here. Smith on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
2nd and 10, Smith again. Looking left side, that's caught by Macklin. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Smith. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Smith keeps it on the sneak. It'll be a pickup of only a yard. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks.
We often hear analysts talk about a quarterback's wingspan, almost like a forward in basketball. But here's where it pays to have a long reach. They find a slight opening and are able to stick the ball forward to pick up first downs.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Now Smith throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Here's Smith. Screen pass to Charles. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. To throw on second down is Smith. McConnelly's got it over the middle. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. And now for the offense, this is play number 11 here on this drive. An extra DB added here for the Cards on third.
Blitzer play coverage.
Smith throwing again. And that is incomplete.
When everything is in sync on defense, that means everyone's communicating really well, and sometimes it's nonverbal. They just know that when a receiver's in one spot, this person may have him, and he's in another spot, the next defender may have him. And they've squeezed the passing lanes down to where it's so difficult to find an open area to deliver the football. They've made it tough on them all game long.
Desperation time for Smith on trying to find his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted.
Continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch, counter punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure. Let's see if they dial it up this drive. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch. And they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the...
They'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. On 3rd down, Palmer. Underneath for Johnson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns. Now it's a 21-point game. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
And Hill with it over the middle. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive It's moving quickly to the line. They go play action here. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Frosty Rucker in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Foles trying to find his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Dayon Buchanan. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Facing this fourth quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock. They know the lead that they have. And
Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around. And we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. They give them 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. And quickly they get to the line. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We just saw another example of really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
Now they've set the tone. It's one thing to set the tone, another to come in here on the road and set the tone. So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. On play action, they'll throw. He's got time. Time for a break. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. Here's Foles. And he comes back with one complete. 15 yards through the air and a first down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he gets us all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. A good pickup there at 22. Now Foles. And pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Slants are so tough to cover because everything happens so fast. But sometimes it happens too fast for the guy catching the ball because all of his movements have to be quick off the line of scrimmage, and then all of a sudden the ball's right on top of you. And maybe he got a little bit ahead of himself there.
Yeah, a lot of times coming in with good pace, and he dropped it. 5 wides in the game, 4 of them to the right side. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Caught here by Conley. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
Holding offense.
So holding by the offense, and maybe now got to shift up what you want to do on the playbook.
Yeah, definitely. Change what you're doing in the playbook, but boy, the advantage shifts to the guys on defense, doesn't it? Longer yardage situations, they often become bolder.
So the D-line's going to spread out. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. There he goes left side. 30, 20, 10, 5. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. So a pick 6. There out of the nickel package, they went with 5 DBs.
Almost becoming the base package in the NFL is the nickel. Hard to throw against. That was demonstrated one more time. A pick 6 going the other way.
And it's up and good. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now here comes Kansas City. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team. Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
They're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll drop to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Albert Wilson, the intended receiver there. That'll bring up second down.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's third down.
They completed the screen, but one of the things you worry about is can the quarterback get rid of the ball before he's actually tackled. So your offensive linemen have to hold up the rushers a little bit because you want to make sure you keep your guys' jersey clean throughout the game.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And able to find Conley. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yes.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
False start, offense. Still first down.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this thing is blown up defensively. They will not get a throw-off on the trick play, and that'll go down as a sack. And now they're in the hurry-up. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here. By the offense. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. And they get the completed pass, but still have more to go here on third down.
Black 22! Black 22!
Foles. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is incomplete. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.